You know, in the world of professional gaming, winning isn't always about the final score on the screen. Sometimes the most important story, the one that really defines a season, is hiding in plain sight right there in the data. So, let's dive into this performance report and see what the numbers are really trying to tell us.
It's so easy to just glance at a win-loss record and think, okay, I get it. But what if that's just the cover of the book? What we're going to do is go way deeper and ask, how do we get past those surface-level stats to find the real narrative of this team's performance?
All right, so to really get what's going on with their performance, you first have to appreciate the world they're playing in. Let's set the stage by looking at just how tough the competition really is.
First off, just look at this number. 310. That's how many matches this team played in just a couple of months, from November 2025 to January 2026. I mean, that is an absolutely insane volume of games. Talk about a trial by fire.
And here's the thing. These weren't just random matches. The sheer number of games was high, yeah, but the quality of the competition? Even higher. Almost 3/4 of all their matches were against elite, top 20 ranked teams.
And if we zoom in even more, it gets crazier. Nearly half of all their games were against top 10 teams, and a full quarter, 1 out of every 4 matches, was against the absolute best of the best, the top 5. Now, remembering that fact is absolutely crucial for understanding everything else we're got to see.
Okay, so we've established the battlefield is, absolutely brutal. But how did the team actually do in these high-stakes games? Now we get to start sifting through the evidence and looking at the actual results.
And when you first look at the raw numbers, it's kind of messy. There isn't one simple story. You see some incredible victories, some really tough losses, some draws. Honestly, given that schedule, a mixed bag is pretty much what you'd expect.
So, for instance, you look at their matchups. Against a team they played a lot, the Force. They've got a great record, 23 wins, awesome. But then against others, like Stonehenge or the Barmy Army, things are a lot more even. So far, nothing seems too crazy, right?
Okay, but this is where our little investigation takes a sharp turn. Because once you dig just a little bit deeper than the surface, some really concerning patterns start to pop up. Things you would have totally missed otherwise.
You gotta ask, right? Is that balanced kind of mixed picture we just saw, is that really the whole story? Well, as it turns out, no. It's not even close.
And boom, this is it. This is the aha moment. On one side, you have that fantastic record against the Force, 23 wins. But look at this contrast. Against another team, the Kings Knights, they have 0, not 1, 0 wins. That overall mixed performance was completely hiding this massive critical weakness.
And it's not just one team. The data shows there are a few specific opponents that are like their kryptonite. Against the Kings, Knights, 0 wins, 7 losses. The Sneaky Knight Connection, just 1 win and 5 losses. And Peace, Love, and Bunny Rabbits, 0 wins, 3 losses. This isn't just a tough matchup anymore. This is a pattern. It's a systemic problem.
So, let's just put this all together. What did we uncover? We found out there are 0 wins against certain key rivals. We found recurring, completely lopsided loss records that were totally invisible in the overall average. And, most importantly, we now have specific, identifiable performance gaps that the team can actually focus on and fix.
So, finding the problem is one thing, but what do you do about it? That brings us to the final part of this breakdown. How does the report suggest they actually get better? What's the plan?
Well, the report itself points the way forward. It says, and I'm quoting here, focus remediation on better analysis of player statistics when making matches. So the answer isn't just play harder, it's about getting way smarter with the mountains of data they already have.
The big idea is to hunt for what the report calls statistical anomalies. So what does that even mean? It's basically any result that makes you go, that's weird. It's a deviation from what you'd expect, like consistently losing to a team you should beat. Those are the red flags that tell you where to start digging.
And this all boils down to a really clear, actionable plan. Step 1. Analyze player stats before you even make the matches. Be proactive. Step 2. Put on your detective hat and investigate past games for those weird anomalies. And step 3. Use your biggest weapon, that massive database with over 120,000 games, to find the hidden patterns.
When you get right down to it, this whole journey through the stats shows us that the real story was never just about winning or losing. It's about finding the why.
It's about turning a confusing mess of numbers into a clear strategy that can turn a huge weakness into a future strength. So, I guess the thought to leave you with is this. A simple win-loss record can really fool you. The most important insights, and maybe even your biggest challenges, are often buried just one layer deep in the data. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is your toughest opponent hiding in the numbers, just waiting to be found?